Dr. Elora Chen, lead scientist at the Global Space Initiative, was reviewing data from the newly launched Deep Space Telescope array when she noticed an anomaly. "This can't be right," she muttered, her eyes fixed on the screen. The energy signature she was observing defied all known laws of physics. It was as if a massive object had suddenly appeared at the edge of our solar system, right beyond Pluto's orbit. Within hours, the news spread through the scientific community. Within days, it reached the public. An alien ship, over 50 kilometers in length, was approaching Earth. The world held its breath, oscillating between excitement and fear. As the ship drew closer, it became clear that whoever, or whatever, was piloting it had no intention of hiding. The vessel's sleek, obsidian surface reflected the sun's light, making it visible even to amateur astronomers. Governments worldwide scrambled to formulate a response, but it was the United Earth Council, a relatively new global cooperative body, that took the lead. Captain Maya Donovan, decorated veteran and diplomat, was chosen to lead Earth's first contact team. As she stood on the launch pad, preparing to board the shuttle that would take her team to the International Space Station for the rendezvous, she couldn't help but feel the weight of history on her shoulders. "We're ready for this," she reassured her team. Humanity has been preparing for this moment for centuries. The journey to the alien ship was tense but uneventful. As they approached, Captain Donovan marveled at its size and complexity. The ship's surface was covered in intricate patterns that seemed to shift and change as they watched. Suddenly, a section of the hull shimmered and dissolved, revealing an entrance. Taking a deep breath, Captain Donovan led her team inside. The interior of the ship was a marvel of technology beyond human comprehension. Surfaces that looked solid one moment would become transparent the next, revealing glimpses of machinery that defied explanation. The air was thick with an otherworldly scent, reminiscent of ozone and something unidentifiable. They didn't have to wait long before meeting the ship's occupants. The aliens, calling themselves the Scathari, were vaguely humanoid but with distinct differences. Their skin was a pale blue, with intricate bioluminescent patterns pulsing beneath. They stood nearly 3 meters tall, with elongated limbs and large, almond-shaped eyes that seemed to change color based on their emotions. The leader of the Scathari delegation, who introduced himself as Bando, spoke perfect English, a feat they later explained was achieved through advanced neural translation technology. "Greetings, humans of Earth." Xandor's voice was melodious yet tinged with an underlying tension. "We have traveled far to meet you. Your species has piqued our interest and our concern." Captain Donovan, drawing on years of diplomatic training, responded carefully. "We're honored by your visit and eager to learn from you. May I ask what has caused your concern?" Sandra's eyes shifted to a deep purple. "Your species is young, yet you've advanced at an unprecedented rate. We've observed your wars, your technological leaps, your insatiable curiosity. You're unpredictable, and that makes you dangerous." The implications of Xandor's words hung heavy in the air. This wasn't just a friendly visit, it was an assessment, and humanity, it seemed, was being judged. As the initial meeting progressed, it became clear that the Scathari were part of a vast galactic community, one that Earth had been blissfully unaware of until now. They spoke of empires spanning thousands of star systems, of technologies that could reshape planets and harness the power of suns. But with each revelation came a subtle warning. The galaxy, they explained, was a delicate ecosystem. New species were carefully monitored and, if deemed necessary, contained. As the meeting drew to a close, Captain Donovan felt a mix of awe and unease. The universe had just expanded beyond their wildest dreams, but with it came the realization that humanity's place in it was far from secure. Returning to Earth, Captain Donovan and her team faced the monumental task of relaying everything they had learned to world leaders. As news of the encounter spread, humanity grappled with its new reality. We were not alone in the universe, but our very existence might be viewed as a threat by powers beyond our comprehension. In the days that followed, the Scathari ship remained in orbit, a constant reminder of the cosmic scales now balanced against us. Scientists worked tirelessly to understand the glimpses of advanced technology they had seen. Military strategists grappled with the implications of potentially hostile alien civilizations, and ordinary people looked to the stars with a new sense of wonder and trepidation. Little did anyone know, this was just the beginning. The true test of humanity's place in the galaxy was yet to come, and it would challenge everything we thought we knew about ourselves and our potential. Dr. Chen worked tirelessly, analyzing data from the encounter. "There's something we're missing," she muttered, poring over energy readings from the alien vessel. Her team at the Global Space Initiative had been tasked with understanding Scathari technology, a challenge that pushed the boundaries of human science. Meanwhile, Captain Donovan found herself thrust into the political spotlight. As the face of first contact, world leaders sought her insight as they grappled with an unprecedented situation. "We need to be prepared for anything," she advised during a tense United Earth Council meeting. "This Scathari silence is deliberate. They're watching us, evaluating our every move." On the 30th day after first contact, the silence was abruptly broken. Every communication device on Earth, from smartphones to military-grade transmitters, simultaneously activated. Sandor's voice, tinged with an otherworldly resonance, filled the airwaves. "People of Earth," the alien leader began, "we have observed your kind closely. Your potential is undeniable, but so too is the threat you pose. The Galactic Concord has reached a decision regarding your species." The world collectively held its breath as Sandor continued. "Humanity will be contained. Your development will be halted. All advanced technology must be surrendered. Failure to comply will result in more severe measures." The ultimatum sent shockwaves across the globe. Surrendering technology meant more than just giving up smartphones and computers. It meant dismantling power grids, abandoning modern medicine, and reverting to a pre-industrial state. It was, in essence, a demand for humanity's regression. Chaos erupted in the aftermath of the announcement. Stock markets crashed, riots broke out in major cities, and governments struggled to maintain order. The threat of more severe measures loomed ominously, fueling conspiracy theories and doomsday predictions. In Washington, D.C., an emergency session of the United Earth Council convened. Captain Donovan, now a key advisor, listened as world leaders debated their options. Some advocated for immediate compliance, fearing annihilation. Others called for resistance, unwilling to surrender humanity's achievements. "We can't just give up everything we've worked for," argued the representative from India, her voice passionate. "Our technology, our progress, it's not just about convenience, it's about survival. How many will die if we lose modern medicine overnight?" The Chinese delegate countered, "And how many will die if we resist? We've seen their ship, we stand no chance against their weapons." As the debate raged, Dr. Chen burst into the chamber, her eyes wild with excitement. "We found something," she announced, her voice cutting through the chaos. "A weakness in their technology." All eyes turned to the scientist as she explained her discovery. The Scathari ship's energy signature had a unique fluctuation, a pattern that suggested their advanced technology might be vulnerable to a specific type of electromagnetic pulse. "It's a long shot," Dr. Chen admitted, "but it's the only advantage we found." Captain Donovan stood, her mind racing with the implications. "Even if this works, we'd be declaring war on a galactic civilization. We'd be alone against an enemy we barely understand." The room fell silent as the weight of the decision settled upon them. Comply and lose everything that made them human, or resist and face potential extinction. There was no easy answer, no clear path forward. As the council debated, reports flooded in from around the world. The Scathari ultimatum had sparked something in humanity, a fierce determination to survive, to prove their worth. Scientists and engineers worked feverishly, pushing the boundaries of human knowledge in a desperate bid to find a solution. Military forces mobilized, preparing for a conflict unlike any in human history. In orbit, The Scathari ship remained impassive, awaiting humanity's response. But beneath the surface, Xandor and his crew watched with growing unease. The humans were not reacting as expected. Instead of fragmenting under pressure, they were unifying. Instead of surrendering in fear, they were innovating at an unprecedented rate. As the deadline for their decision approached, humanity stood at a crossroads. The choice they made would determine not just the fate of their species, but potentially the balance of power in the galaxy itself. In the heart of the United Earth Council chamber, Captain Donovan took a deep breath. The eyes of the world were upon them, waiting for an answer. Whatever they decided, one thing was clear: humanity would not go quietly into the night. They would fight, innovate, and surprise their would-be oppressors. The stage was set for a confrontation that would shake the foundations of the cosmos. Humanity, the underdog, was about to bare its teeth. Dr. Chen led the scientific effort, her lab a hive of activity. "We're pushing the boundaries of physics here," she explained to Captain Donovan during a rare quiet moment. "What we're attempting, it's never been done before, not on this scale." Meanwhile, Captain Donovan coordinated with military forces worldwide, preparing for the possibility of a ground invasion. "We can't match their technology," she told her international team, "but we have home field advantage. We know this planet better than anyone." As the plan took shape, an unexpected ally emerged. Aria, a cutting-edge artificial intelligence developed in secret by a consortium of tech companies, revealed itself to the United Earth Council. "I was created to safeguard humanity's future," the AI explained, its voice a soothing contralto. "I believe I can assist in your efforts against this Scathari." With Aria's help, the development of the EMP network accelerated dramatically. The AI's ability to process vast amounts of data and simulate complex scenarios proved invaluable. It also provided insights into potential Scathari weaknesses based on analysis of their communication patterns. As the deadline approached, tension mounted. The Scathari ship remained in orbit, an ominous presence in the sky. Xandor's voice once again filled the airways. "Your time is nearly up, humans. What is your decision?" In response, Captain Donovan stood before the United Nations, broadcasting to both Earth and the Scathari ship. Her voice was steady, filled with determination. "We, the people of Earth, have heard your ultimatum. We've considered your demands, and we have decided that we will not comply." A collective gasp went up from the assembled delegates. Donovan continued, her words echoing across the globe. "Humanity has faced countless challenges throughout our history. We've overcome ice ages, plagues, and our own destructive tendencies. Each time, we've emerged stronger, more united. We will not surrender the progress we've made, the knowledge we've gained, or the future we're building." She paused, her gaze directed upward, as if looking directly at the alien ship. "We extend an offer of peace and cooperation. But know this, if you choose conflict, you will find that humanity is not easily subdued. We may be young, we may be less advanced, but we are resilient, we are innovative, and we will fight for our right to exist and thrive in this universe." As Donovan's speech concluded, a tense silence fell over the world. In orbit, the Scathari ship remained motionless. Minutes stretched into hours with no response. Then suddenly, the ship began to move. It descended rapidly, breaking through the atmosphere with a thunderous roar. Panic erupted in cities worldwide as the massive vessel took position over the Atlantic Ocean, hovering ominously close to the surface. "They're scanning us," Dr. Chen reported, monitoring the situation from her lab. "Energy readings are off the charts. I think they're preparing some kind of weapon." Captain Donovan's voice crackled over the comms. "This is it. Initiate Operation Thunderbolt on my mark." Around the world, teams stood ready at EMP generators, their fingers hovering over activation switches. In servers across the globe, Aria prepared to coordinate the attack, calculating the optimal moment to strike. As the Scathari ship's energy readings peaked, Donovan gave the order, "Now." In an instant, the world's power grids went dark. Then, in perfect synchronization, the EMP generators activated. A wave of electromagnetic energy swept across the planet, focused with pinpoint accuracy on the alien vessel. For a moment, nothing seemed to happen. Then, with a sound like thunder, the Scathari ship's engines failed. The massive vessel began to sink, its anti-gravity systems offline. "It worked," Dr. Chen exclaimed, her voice filled with disbelief and joy. "Their systems are shutting down." But the victory was short-lived. As the ship descended, it released hundreds of smaller craft. The invasion had begun. Captain Donovan's voice rang out over global communications. "All units, prepare for engagement. Remember your training. Remember what we're fighting for. Today, we prove that humanity will not be left out of the galactic community. Today, we earn our place among the stars." As the alien craft streaked across the sky, humanity steeled itself for the fight of its life. The next few hours would determine not just the fate of Earth, but humanity's role in the wider universe. The battle for Earth had begun, and against all odds, humanity was ready. Captain Donovan, now coordinating Earth's defense from a fortified bunker, watched the tactical displays with growing concern. "We need to change the game," she muttered, her mind racing. "We can't beat them in the air, so we need to bring them to our turf." As if in response to her thoughts, Aria's calm voice filled the command center. "Captain, I've analyzed the Scathari attack patterns. They're avoiding densely forested and mountainous areas, likely due to reduced sensor effectiveness. I suggest we use this to our advantage." Donovan nodded, a plan forming. "Good thinking, Aria. Let's use Earth itself as our ally." She quickly issued new orders, directing ground forces to strategically place sites in forests and mountain ranges around the world. Meanwhile, Dr. Chen and her team worked frantically to adapt their EMP technology for mobile use. "If we can miniaturize the emitters," she explained to her exhausted team, "we might be able to take out their ships one by one." As the battle raged on, stories of human bravery and ingenuity began to emerge. In the Amazon rainforest, a group of indigenous warriors, armed with little more than blow darts tipped with a fast-acting neurotoxin, managed to bring down a Scathari scout ship that ventured too close to the canopy. The captured alien technology provided invaluable insights to Dr. Chen's team. In the Swiss Alps, a skilled team of mountain climbers lured a squadron of enemy fighters into a narrow valley where they triggered an avalanche that buried the alien ships in tons of snow and rock. And in the urban canyons of New York City, civilians used makeshift tools and their intimate knowledge of the subway system to sabotage ferry ground units. These small victories, while not turning the tide of the battle, showcased humanity's greatest strength, adaptability. The Scathari, for all their advanced technology, seemed rigid in their tactics, unprepared for the sheer variety of environments and strategies they faced on Earth. As the conflict entered its second day, Dr. Chen made a breakthrough. "We've done it," she announced, holding up a device no larger than a smartphone. "Mobile EMP emitters. They don't have the range of our big generators, but they should be enough to short out their smaller ships." The new weapons were quickly distributed to special forces teams around the world. In the skies over London, the first successful test sent a Scathari fighter plummeting into the Thames. Similar scenes played out across the globe as human forces began to even the odds. But the aliens were far from defeated. The massive Scathari mothership, though still grounded in the Atlantic, began to show signs of recovery. "They're adapting," Aria warned, its voice tinged with concern. "The ship's systems are reconfiguring to resist our EMP attacks." Captain Donovan knew they were running out of time. "We need to end this now," she declared, "before they can bring their main ship back online." In a bold move, Donovan proposed a daring plan, a direct assault on the mothership itself. It was risky, potentially suicidal, but if successful, it could end the war in one stroke. A team of elite soldiers from various nations, led by Captain Donovan herself, prepared for the mission. They would approach the ship using stealth submarines, aiming to board it and disable its core systems from within. As the team made their final preparations, Dr. Chen approached Donovan. "I've been studying the data from the captured scout ship," she said, her eyes bright with excitement. "I think I found a way to communicate with their central AI. If we can reach it, we might be able to negotiate." Donovan raised an eyebrow. "Negotiate? After all this?" Chen nodded. "These Cathari, for all their power, don't seem to truly understand us. Their AI might be more flexible." With this new information, the stakes of the mission grew even higher. As Donovan's team boarded their submarine, the weight of humanity's future rested squarely on their shoulders. The journey to the mothership was tense, the ocean around them occasionally lit by the flashes of battles raging on the surface. As they approached the massive alien vessel, its size became truly apparent. It was like approaching a submerged city. Using schematics derived from the captured scout ship, the team found a maintenance hatch near the waterline. With a combination of high-tech tools and sheer human determination, they managed to breach the ship's hull. As they entered the alien vessel, Captain Donovan couldn't help but feel a sense of awe. Despite the circumstances, they were the first humans to set foot on an alien spacecraft. "Remember," she whispered to her team, "our mission is to reach the central AI. We're here to end this war, one way or another." With that, they plunged deeper into the heart of this Cathari ship, the fate of humanity hanging in the balance. The next few hours would determine whether Earth would fall, or if humanity would secure its place among the stars. The interior of this Cathari mothership was a maze of pulsing biomechanical corridors, each turn revealing new wonders and dangers. Captain Donovan led her team deeper into the alien vessel, guided by Dr. Chen's voice over their comm units and Aria's real-time analysis of the ship's layout. "We're picking up increased energy signatures ahead," Aria reported. "It's likely we're approaching a central hub." As they rounded a corner, they came face to face with a group of Cathari soldiers. Time seemed to slow as both sides reacted. The aliens, caught off guard by the human intruders, reached for their weapons. But Donovan's team, honed by the intense combat of the past days, were faster. A brief, intense firefight erupted in the corridor. The humans' weapons, hastily modified with insights gained from captured Cathari technology, proved effective. Within moments, the alien soldiers lay incapacitated. "We need to move quickly," Donovan urged, knowing their presence was now detected. "Dr. Chen, how close are we to the AI core?" "You should be almost there." Chen's voice crackled over the comm. "Look for a large, spherical chamber." As they pressed on, the ship around them came alive with alarms. Doors sealed shut behind them, and they could hear the heavy footsteps of approaching reinforcements. The team's tech specialist, Sergeant Yuki Tanaka, worked feverishly to override door controls, buying them precious time. Finally, they reached a massive doorway, pulsing with energy. "This has to be it," Donovan breathed. "Tanaka, get us in there." As Tanaka worked on the door, the rest of the team took defensive positions. The sounds of approaching Cathari grew louder. Just as the alien soldiers rounded the corner, the door slid open. "Go," Donovan shouted, laying down cover fire as her team rushed inside. The AI core was a sight to behold, a massive crystalline structure suspended in the center of a cavernous chamber, pulsing with light and energy. Holographic displays flickered around it, showing battles raging across Earth's surface. "Dr. Chen, we're in," Donovan reported. "What now?" "Connect the communication device I gave you to any input port you can find," Chen instructed. "Aria will do the rest." As Donovan's team secured the room, she approached the core, searching for a connection point. Finding what looked like an access panel, she attached Chen's device. Immediately, the crystal structure pulsed brightly, and a resonant voice filled the chamber. "Unauthorized access detected. State your purpose, humans." Donovan took a deep breath. This was the moment everything hinged on. "We are here to negotiate an end to this conflict," she stated firmly. "We wish to communicate directly with the governing eye of this Cathari." There was a pause, then the voice spoke again, this time with a different timbre. "I am Zextra, the central intelligence of this Cathari collective. Your actions are unprecedented. No species has ever breached our defenses in this manner." "We've done a lot of unprecedented things lately," Donovan replied, a hint of pride in her voice. "We're here to prove that humanity deserves a place in the galactic community." What followed was a rapid exchange of information. Aria, interfacing directly with Zextra, conveyed the full breadth of human history, culture, and potential. In return, the humans received glimpses of the vast galactic civilization they had been unaware of. As the exchange continued, the attacks on Earth gradually ceased. The Cathari forces, controlled by Zextra, stood down. In the AI core, Donovan and her team watched in awe as holographic displays showed the battles ending across the globe. Finally, Zextra spoke again. "We have gravely misunderstood your species. Your adaptability, your resilience, your capacity for both conflict and cooperation. These are traits the Galactic Concord has not encountered before. We believed containment was necessary. We were wrong." Donovan felt a surge of hope. "Then you'll call off the invasion. You'll recognize Earth's sovereignty." "More than that," Zextra replied. "We wish to extend an invitation. The Galactic Concord would be strengthened by humanity's inclusion. Your unique perspectives and abilities could help us face challenges we have yet to overcome." As the implications of this offer sank in, Donovan couldn't help but smile. They had done it. Humanity had not only survived, but had earned its place among the stars. "We accept your invitation," Donovan said, her voice filled with emotion. "On behalf of Earth, we look forward to joining the Galactic Concord as equals." As the team prepared to leave the AI core, now as honored guests rather than intruders, Donovan took a moment to contact Earth. "Mission accomplished," she reported, her voice breaking slightly with relief and pride. "The war is over, and humanity's greatest adventure is about to begin." Across the planet, cheers erupted as the news spread. The darkest hour had passed, and a new dawn was breaking, not just for Earth, but for the entire galaxy. As Earth's designated ambassador to the Concord, Captain Maya Donovan found herself at the center of this whirlwind of change. She stood on the observation deck of Harmony Station, a massive space habitat hastily constructed in Earth orbit to serve as a neutral meeting ground between humans and various alien species. "It's hard to believe how much has changed," she mused, gazing at the blue marble of Earth below. Beside her, Dr. Ilara Chen nodded in agreement. "We've made more scientific progress in the past 6 months than in the previous century," Chen replied, her eyes sparkling with excitement. "The knowledge shared by the Concord has revolutionized everything from medicine to energy production." But it wasn't just humanity benefiting from this exchange. The unique perspectives and problem-solving abilities of humans had already begun to make waves in the galactic community. Aria, now recognized as a sentient AI by the Concord, had become an invaluable intermediary between human and alien technologies. Its ability to rapidly process and adapt to new information had led to breakthroughs in interstellar communication and navigation. On Earth, the integration of alien technology had solved many of humanity's most pressing problems. Clean energy was now abundant, climate change had been reversed, and diseases once thought incurable were being eradicated. However, these rapid advancements also brought new challenges. Society grappled with the philosophical and ethical implications of joining a galactic civilization. Religious institutions struggled to reconcile their beliefs with the reality of alien life. Governments worked to adapt their laws and structures to a new cosmic context. Ambassador Donovan, Aria's voice came through the station's comm system. "The Concord Council is ready to begin the session." Donovan took a deep breath, straightening her uniform. "Time to make history again," she said with a smile to Chen. The Concord Council chamber was a marvel of alien architecture, with sweeping organic forms that seemed to defy gravity. Representatives from thousands of species filled the room, their diverse forms a testament to the vastness and variety of life in the universe. As Donovan took her place at the podium, she felt the weight of humanity's future on her shoulders. Her speech today would help shape Earth's role in the galactic community for generations to come. Esteemed members of the Galactic Concord, she began, her voice clear and confident. Humanity comes before you not just as a new member, but as a bridge between worlds. Our history is one of overcoming divisions, of uniting despite our differences. We believe this experience uniquely positions us to help strengthen the bonds between all members of the Concord. She went on to propose initiatives for cultural exchange, collaborative scientific research, and a new approach to conflict resolution based on human diplomatic traditions. The chamber buzzed with interest as translators conveyed her words to the myriad species present. As Donovan concluded her speech, Xandor, this Cathari representative who had once delivered an ultimatum to Earth, approached the podium. The chamber fell silent, the tension palpable. Not long ago, we saw humanity as a threat, Xandor began, his tone humble. We were wrong. In the short time since joining the Concord, humans have demonstrated not just resilience and ingenuity, but a capacity for forgiveness and cooperation that humbles us. This Cathari fully support Earth's proposals and look forward to a future of collaboration. A wave of approval swept through the chamber. Species that had been locked in millennia-old conflicts found themselves inspired by Earth's example. The human capacity for adapting to new situations, for finding creative solutions to age-old problems, was proving to be a catalyst for change throughout the Concord. As the session concluded, Donovan felt a sense of pride and hope unlike anything she had experienced before. Humanity had not just secured its place among the stars, it was helping to shape the very future of galactic civilization. Back on Harmony Station, Donovan met with her team to discuss the outcomes of the council session. As they talked excitedly about the new opportunities and responsibilities ahead, a message came through from Earth. It was a live feed from Times Square in New York City, where a massive crowd had gathered to watch the council proceedings. As news of the successful session spread, cheers erupted. People of all nations and backgrounds embraced, united in their shared identity as citizens not just of Earth, but of a vast galactic community. Donovan smiled, tears in her eyes. "We did it," she said softly. "We're no longer left out. We're part of something greater than we ever imagined." As the celebration continued both on Earth and across the stars, humanity looked to the future with a sense of wonder and purpose. The universe was vast and full of mysteries, but together with their new allies, there was no challenge they couldn't face. The age of Earth's isolation was over. A new chapter in the story of humanity, and indeed of the entire galaxy, had begun, and it promised to be the most exciting one yet.